Hello students, back to my channel again. I am Shubhoshri Maiti, Assistant Professor of Swami Vivekananda Institute of Modern Science in Computer Application and Science Department. So if you have missed my part 2 video, please first watch it, and for continuation keep watching all my upcoming videos. So let's start part 3 video. So today's topic is Jacobson methodology. First, I am giving you a brief introduction. That is, this methodology satisfies the entire software development lifecycle process, and it has the ability of both forward and backward engineering. Okay, and the main part, or sometimes this process or this methodology could be identified as object-oriented software engineering or object-oriented business engineering. So these two things are very important because these two things can be defined using this Jacobson methodology. So let's start about object-oriented software engineering, which is often called OOAC, is the short form. Is a software design technique that is used in software design in object-oriented programming. It consists this following model. One is use case model, domain object model, analysis model, implementation model, and testing model. Each model has some specific criteria. Like for use case model, will come this later. Actually, in use case model, mainly the actors are identified. Actually, it gives us a outside view of an entire system, so that you can understand the entire system by outside, and it represents some kind of pictorial, I mean some kind of diagrams, okay, by which you can identify the entire thing with the help of actors. Okay. Next one is called the domain object model. In domain object model, actually the entire domain or requirements of any system could be identified. In analysis model, we are actually we do analyze the entire system so that we can understand in which way we have to entire thing, in which way we have to implement the entire system. Okay, and after analysis we actually do implement the entire system. That is called the implementation model. And in testing model, we actually see whether my entire system is working properly in every difficult environment or not. That means in every environment whether my system is performing properly or not. And these are there are some there are some method of testing model like unit testing, integration testing, this kind of testing. So now I'm coming in the purposes of use case diagram. Use case diagrams are used to gather the requirements of a system, including the internal and external influences. In use case diagram, actors are identified when a system is analyzed to gather its functionalities. The purposes of use case diagram can be defined as follows. First one, it is used to gather the requirements of a system. It is used to get an outside view of a system. It identifies the external and internal factors influencing the system. It shows the interaction among the requirements which are called actors. Here I have taken one example from the book I am following. That is the book of different kind of methodology, the Rambau methodology. There is one kind of book from which actually I am following. I've taken this example. Here I've taken one kind of use case diagram for the ATM. See here. Here actually bank become one actor, and here customer is another kind of actor. Here consortium is another actor. So both the different kind of functionalities of initiate session, query account, process transaction, transmit data, all the things actually the bank is the bank is handling both the initiate session, query session, process transaction, and transmit data. And also consortium also um, I mean uh, in under this actor also this kind of process actually comes. So that means it is giving you a one kind of view of the entire system so that you can understand how the actual system is being performed. Next one, I'm coming in the object oriented business engineering. Object oriented business engineering, or OOBE is an object modeling approach at enterprise level. It is a framework for architecture, business engineering, business process management, and object oriented development. It consists these following phases. Okay, analysis phase, design and implementation phase, and testing phase. In analysis phase, actually we do analyze the entire system. Okay, that means what are my requirements, what model we have to make. Next, in design and implementation phase, actually we do actually we implement the entire system using different kind of database management system, that is the DBMS. Okay, and also in testing phase, as I've told earlier, that we could use integration testing, unit testing, this kind of testing we could use, so that we could understand that whether my implemented model or models are actually performing properly or not. So this is it. I hope you have understood the entire part of object oriented methodologies, and I have taken some part from different kind of Wikipedia, and obviously not just Wikipedia. I have taken the help of object-oriented methodology book also. So if you like my video, please like it, share it, subscribe it, and share it with all of your friends. Okay, thank you.